What are the danyo, what the dang, go danyo, what the dang. Well, my name Blakk Rasta. I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you, and I do love you. Oh my God, have mercy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize on one condition: to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country, and it's all about our people, our country, our land. And from the newsreel, we always keep it real. Now today we have a number of issues, and I just want to look at them very quickly. Now this one I'm reading from Ghana Web, and it says, why jail poor workers for stealing 20 cartons of chicken oil? And this Abeku Santana berating Pizza Man CEO. I read it. Drive time host Abeku Agri Santana has descended heavily on the chief executive officer of Pizza Man, Chicken Man, over the recent jailing of 2 employees of the indigenous chain of restaurants. Speaking on the issue of the 2 employees handed 5-year jail terms each for stealing cartons of chicken wings and gallons of cooking oil from the employer, Abeku said Christian Bwachiyadum can no longer claim to be the youth leader he claims he is. He said it was wrong that the CEO caused the arrest of his employees in the first place, explaining that he believed they engaged in theft out of poverty and hunger. Now, my brother, my sister, I am in a very, 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 very precarious position. 1, Abeku Santana is a brother I love. 2, Abeku Santana is a radio broadcaster just like me. We share the same space in the broadcasting world. Me and him have almost the same story. Moving from one part of Ghana and finding ourselves right here in the capital and going through the hustles and bustles of the big city and changing the rhetoric. My brother, my sister. So when I'm talking about a man like this, I have to be extremely very, 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 very careful. You know why? It's because we come from very, very far. And also because of the achievements of people like this. Now, Abeku Santana has been on radio for some time now. When he came into the big city, there were the big guys who were running the whole place. And he came all the way from Kumasi. When he came in, he was able to change the narrative. At this time, he introduced a lot of new things on radio in the capital. And today, when you talk about some of the biggest voices on radio, you will never end without saying that Abeku Santana was and probably still one of those. He's a man who's been able to achieve a lot for him outside radio. He's been able to achieve a lot for himself, my brother, my sister, also in the political world. So, when people like this speak, in fact, the speech carries a lot of weight, or else I would have brushed this thing away. You see, Abeku Santana, with all love and respect, I don't know what pushed Abeku into saying this thing. But whatever it is, I do not want to believe that it is attention seeking. In other words, this rhetoric is attention seeking. Because Abeku Santana is not a man who should be going that line. But if it is out of ignorance or some other such thing, then here I am with my delivery. Now, if I were despite, I would start getting very, very shocked and frightened at Abeku Santana. And at the same time, I will start putting CCTV wherever Abeku Santana is around despite. Because this is glorifying theft. 2 members of Pizzaman worked for this company. There is no evidence that they were ever denied any salary. There was no evidence that they were ever maltreated. Now, within a period of 2 years, they gradually stole up to 20 cartons of chicken wings. They stole a lot of gallons of oil. 2 workers. My brother, this is what we've been talking about. People have no respect for the employer anymore. Yet they are the same people who walk around crying that there is unemployment. Now, Ghanaians are so good with stealing. I do not know what makes Ghanaians so much of thieves. Right from the presidency, every time, all the way down to the common man, we hear about thievery, stealing, night and day. It looks like every time in this country, we do not have a democracy. What we have is a kleptocracy, a government of thieves. My brother, my sister, I need to repeat it. It looks like in this country, we are very, very far away from democracy. We are so close to kleptocracy. In fact, and gerontocracy. Yes, a government of all men and women. My brother, my sister. Now, if you struggle so much and put up a company and establish a kind of employment outfit so that you can also make money and at the same time help employ people who are crying left, right, and center that they are being bedeviled with what? Unemployment. And all they do is to steal from you. My brother, my sister, I loathe those people. Within a period of 2 years, 20 cartons of chicken wings stolen from the employer. Gallons of oil stolen from the employer. And Abeku Santana, my own brother, says that no, because Pizzaman says he's a champion of the youth, he shouldn't have reported them to the police. He should have just probably lashed them 10 each and suspended them or taken the money from out of their salary. What kind of thinking is this? What kind of a mentality is this? Now, stealing is stealing. Whether you stole a diamond or a cucumber, it is still stealing. Now, how many people are employed and they feel too comfortable right after that? They do not deliver. You are employed and all you think about is your monthly salary. You are not thinking about how you can help the employer also make money. So that at least at the end of it all, if you need to tender in your resignation, the whole company will start crying that, oh, what an employee we've had. And he's taking a walk. There are some people, when they are leaving employment, people applaud. In fact, people are happy that they are going. After all, they have added nothing but thievery. And there are some other people, when there's even the slightest hint of them leaving, the employer is crying because he's losing somebody very, very near an angel. Who are you as an employer? What are you as an employer? If all your workers do not respect your effort, all they do is to steal from you. And you'll be shocked some of these people are stealing to go open their own. And they also hope to employ people. And those people would also steal from them. And therefore we are building a nation of thieves. It hurts me. In fact, the judge gave them 5 years each for stealing 20 cartons of chicken wings. And Abeku Santana said they stole because they were hungry. Oh my God. My brother, listen, there is no excuse for stealing. There is no excuse for crime. And again, if I were despite, I will start watching Abeku very, very carefully. Because now you believe that there is an excuse for stealing. In fact, to be very honest with you, and I did not want to say this, if this was a very, very serious outfit, and Abeku looking at himself, he'll come back and apologize and say that, listen, I misspoke. We all do that. Sometimes we speak out of gear. We speak out of sync. It happens. It's one of the hazards of the job. I do understand that. If I were you, my brother, I will come out and say, oh, I misspoke. In fact, I didn't look at it properly. I spoke out of emotions, but forgive me, I apologize. And that's it. This will not be the first time we are apologizing. It should not be the first time I am apologizing. The space in which we find ourselves, in fact, this is supposed to even be our middle name. Once we find out that we are wrong, we should be quick to apologize. If we don't want to apologize, then we must be slow in talking and reacting. Or else, despite would have to give him a sack. Or else, despite would have to give him a sack, because you are glorifying stealing. Are you saying that because they stole chicken wings is better off than stealing diamonds? Stealing is stealing. I leave it here. Now, my brother, my sister, another thing I would like to look at is here, and I need you to come along so that we can deal with this together. And of course, I need you to open your ears and listen with rapt attention. Listen to this. Please, come along. Now, Dufour has decided to withdraw his suit of his own NDC. You all remember that the primaries of the NDC were sought to be delayed and derailed and suspended and held on to by Dufour because he claimed that the register of voting was not right, and that there were some inaccuracies right there, and therefore he ran to the courthouse praying the court to delay the election so that they would be able to deal with this. Today he has decided that he has withdrawn the injunction on the NDC's primaries. My brother, my sister, I do not know how many people want to vote for old men again. I am tired and fed up with these old men. I am fed up with gerontocracy and gerontocrats. Are you? Are you not? I am utterly tired with this old man. 80-year-old man. There's not a single gray hair on his head. Why? Are you the rock of ages? 80-year-old man, not a single gray hair. You know what that is? Deception. Yombo. You know what that is? Hair dye. My brother, my sister, people should be proud that they are graying. Me at 48, look at my beard. It's becoming like the beard of Moses. White all over the place. You, 80 years. You don't have a single gray hair. He's a deceptive man. And this man should never ever be president of this country. This is a man who has not paid his workers 17 months and over, and he doesn't care about it. He says, oh, it's a business that is supposed to earn money and feed itself. But he has money to go around paying and giving out charities to other people who have not even worked for him. Don't you think this is a man who is so deceptive? A man who is so hypocritical? From when Dufour said that, oh, you know, it's a business that's supposed to be making money and paying itself. Now you have made enough money and you decide to give it out to charity, to people who have not worked a second for you. Yet those who work for you should work and make their own money and pay themselves. What kind of logic is this? Now you run to the court, placing an injunction on the water. This injunction that he placed on the NDC primaries, I laughed. Listen, bring the whole register to Dufour. Give it to Dr. Dufour. Let him compile his own names. He will still lose the primaries. How many right-thinking people would vote for Dufour? Dufour can go around and give charity as much as he wants to even ants and cockroaches, lizards and grasshoppers. They will all not vote for him. My brother, my sister, this looks like a very bitter man. Let me take you through a short history. Now, this was a man who was voted one of the 4 best bankers and finance minds by the IMF and the World Bank some years back. the finance minister under John Evans Atta Mills. My brother, my sister, finance minister. At a point, he was even the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Remember at that time, John Dramani Mahama, who had been handpicked by John Evans Atta Mills from nowhere, from obscurity. My brother, my sister, he made Mahama a kingpin in Ghanaian politics. That's the selfless Atta Mills. Rawlings did not like the idea. Nana Konadu did not like the idea. They wanted big wigs in the NDC to deputize Atta Mills. But Atta Mills said, no, this is the man I want. God spoke to me that I should choose this man. And he chose Mahama. Mahama humbly and loyally followed Atta Mills. But when Atta Mills passed on, in other words, when he died, Mahama became president and decided that he didn't want to use Dr. Dufour. It looked like Mahama was moved by the Holy Spirit. He saw the incompetence and decided to drop him. Maybe it was from there he became bitter and didn't want to see Mahama again. From that time when Mahama became president, Dufour never became a finance minister again. Is it out of bitterness? Did Mahama see the unforeseen? After all, today Dufour's bank has been closed. Today several of his workers have not been paid 17 months, 19 months of old salary. He has enough money to go around giving charities, but his own people know. A lot of his workers have absconded. Some of them are everywhere. And this was the man who was controlling the finances of this country. Yet his own bank got collapsed. Maybe Mahama saw this from afar and decided that dabi. And maybe that was where the bitterness came from. But Dr. Dufour, with all love and respect, even if you compile the primary registers, you still win. But you will win in your bedroom. In other words, you would lose. I wish you all the best, but you are not supposed to count on me. Your background is not attractive enough for somebody like me to support you until all the workers who have been owed 19 months of salary are paid. We can't have a conversation. I'm seeing myself in their shoes for 19 months. How would I pay and take care of my bills and family? To God be the glory. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta. Eric Mawena Egbeta is in the house and he's going to take the news.